Good evening, everyone, and thanks so much for watching iWeather First. I'm meteorologist Richie Pergolesi with tonight's tropical update. Now, we've got a lot to talk about here, but before we talk about Hurricane Milton, I want to talk about Hurricanes Kirk and Leslie because one of them is important still. Hurricane Kirk is going to become a fish storm going right up there in the Atlantic. We don't have to worry about that. However, with Hurricane Leslie here, it does have the potential to impact potentially Bermuda over the next week or so. Here's the visible satellite on here. You can see it's still spinning up there. A lot of convection going on with the system, and the National Hurricane Center's forecast for it has it going up into Friday, going down to about a tropical storm status, dealing with a lot of wind shear out there. Right now it has winds of 90 miles per hour moving northwest at 9, still a Category 1 hurricane. Might affect Bermuda. We're still too far out to tell, but we'll keep you updated on that. Stay with iWeather First for continuing updates. So let's go ahead and talk about the elephant in the Atlantic Ocean, Hurricane Milton. Right now on the visible satellite here, it's becoming better organized here, and you can even see that banding going on in that storm, getting that tight turn there. It's a very small storm, and it's trying to get its act together here as it's encountering that area of high pressure, and we could see that on the water vapor satellite imagery here, all that orange dry air, that's the high pressure there. And off to the right, you can see all these showers that are extending hundreds of miles away from the center of the storm. That's actually another low pressure that formed just west of Florida here, and we could see on the radar imagery everyone in Florida is getting soaked tonight, all the way from Tallahassee all the way down through Miami and the Keys, including Orlando and Tampa, and we're going to expect a lot more rain in the next couple of days here. The storm is sitting just northeast of one of the buoys on the National Data Buoy Network. It is indicating about 11.5 wave height feet right now. And let's see, it's about 200 miles of Veracruz, this buoy 42055. We showed this to you yesterday, but look at today, a different story on that 360 pano there. You can see the storm's clouds and rain there, and you can even see the waves moving, bouncing around the camera there. So very cool. We get to see this observation from one of the buoys. That's what it looks like up there on the top left. In terms of active alerts, we do have a hurricane watch and a tropical storm warning in effect for the northern Yucatan Peninsula, as they're expecting this storm to arrive very soon. This is the latest track from the National Hurricane Center. Right now, the storm is still a Category 1 hurricane. It has winds of 85 miles per hour, now moving east at 7 miles per hour. The pressure dropped tonight down to 981 millibars. Tomorrow, it is expected to rapidly intensify as it goes over those warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico into a Category 3 hurricane with winds of 125 miles per hour before becoming a Category 4 hurricane by after Tuesday afternoon. Now, the National Hurricane Center believes that the storm might spin itself out a little bit, kind of like a top when you spin it as it goes through that advanced eye wall replacement cycle. Essentially, the eye wall collapses on itself and then rebuilds anew, and may impact the Tampa area as a major Category 3 hurricane with winds of 120 miles per hour. And as we extend this the next couple of days, 5 days out here, we can see exits out of Florida, goes into the Atlantic. May even impact Bermuda as well. But I just want to take a note for you guys. This that you see here, the forecasted path, this is where the eye could be. So it's not in the center of the path. It is anywhere between the southernmost point to the northernmost point of that forecast path that you see there. So you want to keep in mind this storm could be anywhere in that area. And we can see the spaghetti models here are in really good agreement that the storm is going to continue this easterly path before banking northeast. However, anywhere between just north of Tampa all the way south to Fort Myers may be receiving this storm. Let's go ahead and time this out here with our European model. This courtesy of windy.com. And we can see here it goes to the east Monday into Tuesday, impacting portions of the northern Yucatan Peninsula here. And notice that low pressure system moves out of Florida there, right off to the east. And as it gets closer here, we can see the storm gets a lot stronger, going through that rapid intensification here Those hurricane force winds extending at least 100 miles out from the center, expected to impact around Tampa through Sarasota. So it kind of shifted north a little bit in terms of what the models think may happen. Here's a closer look at Florida, and we can see here Wednesday morning on its final approach, going into the afternoon hours and then into the evening before making landfall somewhere between Tampa and Sarasota. Now, this is just the European model. There's also other models out there that show a similar but different in terms of where it may expect it to go here. Now, in terms of its impacts, these are the earliest arrival times for tropical storm force winds. Those are winds of 39 miles per hour or greater. And we can see by Tuesday evening, that's when you're going to start feeling the state of Florida. Those tropical storm force winds has about 50 to 60% chance of feeling those winds. That's going to definitely be bumping up over the next couple of days as the storm gets a lot closer. And in terms of rainfall in the Yucatan, they're expecting at least 4 inches of rain, and in portions of western Cuba, about 2 inches. And here in Florida, everywhere in Florida except for North Florida is going to be getting in on that rain, about 8 to 12 inches of rain in spots, at least 4 to 6 inches of rain in the South Florida area here, which means there is going to be a moderate to high risk of flash flooding as well from northern, central, and South Florida too. So just to recap, Milton is expected to become a major hurricane as it nears the west coast of Florida midweek. Significant uncertainty remains about its track and intensity, so avoid focusing on specific forecast details. There is an increasing risk of life-threatening storm surge and damaging winds for parts of Florida's west coast starting early Wednesday, with watches likely issued soon. Residents should heed local advice and monitor updates. Heavy rainfall ahead of Milton will affect Florida through Monday, with more intense rain to come Tuesday through Wednesday, raising flood risks. Tropical storm conditions are expected in the northern Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico from Monday, with a hurricane watch in effect. That's the latest here from the Weather Center and iWeather First. Stay safe out there.